If you're new and you love Power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories and comments down below. Today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 4. This is the Season 4 Aftermath video. I'll be going over some of the key moments of Season 4 and sharing my thoughts on the entire season as a whole. Tell me then how you felt about Season 4 down below. Was it your favourite or least favourite season? I've heard a lot about this season. Some people said it was too slow, there wasn't much action, and it felt like it took forever. That's what I've been hearing from beginning to end, so I want to hear your viewpoints. Make sure you check out my last few videos. Check out my early predictions for Season 5 and tell me what you think will happen next season. Also check out the video I did about Breeze. He's finally here, but will he live up to the hype? Do you think Shameik Moore is going to do what he needs to do in this role? I think he's going to knock it out of the park, but time will tell. Now, let's talk about the main topic. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 4. Overall, I think it was a solid season, but after finishing it, I believe it was more of a build-up for the series finale. We know next season will be the final one, but going into Season 4, the main storyline was Unique's recovery. Unique is back from the dead and seeking revenge on Rak. That was one of the main plotlines at first, and it was cool. But when Kanan told Unique that he was the one who took out Ronnie and that Rak had nothing to do with it, I expected Unique to realize Rak had been telling the truth. He had no idea he had been conned, but he still desired to exact revenge on Rak in the same way that she had conned him. I understand being upset about the business and how she moved in, but she thought he was dead, like everyone else did. As I mentioned throughout the season, it felt like they were picking and choosing when Unique's character would be smart, cool, calm and collected, and then he'd flip out of nowhere. I get that he was hit in the head, so he might not be all there, but this is someone who said he loved Rak. So it was strange to see him act like that when he knew she didn't set him up, and that Kanan acted alone. He respected Kanan for telling him, but Rak told the truth too. Maybe because Rak has done so much in the streets, it was hard for him to trust her, but Kanan just told him the same thing. So it is what it is. That Unique storyline was a main plotline, but it kind of faded halfway through the season after he revealed himself. To me, it felt like they had to switch things up. Remember, they had to go back and change the story because Unique's character was originally supposed to die. So this storyline wasn't part of the original plan. I wonder how the season would have gone if Unique had actually died. It probably would have moved the story along faster, that's just my opinion. Another major plot was Famous. Where is Famous? Did he live or die? We found out he got dropped off and that Snaps and Pops set it all up. But honestly, all of that didn't hit right for me. Even though they had a purpose, Snaps and Pops setting everything up didn't have the same emotional impact. Other characters had motive too, but this reveal didn't have that big wow factor. Dragging it out to the end of the season was okay, I guess, but I'm not someone who wants the story to move too fast. I like the pacing of Raising Kanan. They take their time, and that's what makes the show great. But in this case, finding out Snaps and Pops did, it just didn't land emotionally for me. Their character development will likely grow in Season 5, especially with their nephew Breeze, who we'll talk about more. As for Famous's death, it was okay, but let's be real. Something happened behind the scenes. That's why we didn't see Antonio Ortiz this season. We got flashbacks instead of the real Famous in Season 4, and a double was used. When his mum saw him, they didn't show his face. When his body was found, only his arm was shown. These off-screen deaths make it clear something happened behind the scenes, whether they admit it or not. If Snaps and Pops were really behind it, it would have hit harder if we'd seen scenes between them and Famous. That would have built a stronger connection and made their actions more believable. However, we were denied that. Some fans say maybe Ronnie told them that Famous was running his mouth too much. Maybe, but honestly, we needed to see interactions between Famous and Snaps and Pops for it to feel right. let's talk about Crystal now. Once again, Snaps and Pops were behind it. Law enforcement is trying to clean up the streets because people are talking, and Kanan is getting close to the truth. So they swoop in on Crystal of all people. What is Crystal going to tell them? What is she going to do to Snaps and Pops? She doesn't know anything. She knows nothing about Famous. This is just my opinion, but having Pop take her out, it felt like they were just doing it to build up their characters and make us hate them more. The motive felt weak to me. Crystal told Pop that taking him out made sense, but it is what it is. And, speaking of making sense, we've got to talk about Crystal. Now, we know Snaps and Pops once again set all of this up. As far as Crystal, we know law enforcement is trying to clean things up on the streets because people are talking. Kanan is getting very close to discovering the truth about what transpired. So guess what? They decided to go ahead and swoop up Crystal, of all people. Now, what is Crystal going to tell them? What is she going to do to Snaps and Pops? She has no knowledge whatsoever. She knows nothing about Famous. Like, really? Y'all are really going to do this? This is just my opinion. I felt like them taking out Crystal, having Pop do this again, they're doing this just to build up their characters, just to make us hate them even more. The motive is complete trash in my opinion. Crystal told Pop that Kanan believes Rock did it, and then she gets taken out. And of course, Kanan is going to believe that Rock took out Crystal, and Famous too. I mean, at the end of the day, anyone could have killed Crystal, and Rock would have convinced Kanan that he did. Therefore, doing this to her made no sense at all. We know Detective Garcia was brought in, talking about it was a black lady leaving the area. Come on, we already know what time it is. They're just setting all this up to make it seem like Rock did it. And you all know that Kanan has a slow mind, so no matter what, he will believe that his mother did it. But damn, what happened to Crystal, your girl, is still a pity. She didn't have to go out like that. I didn't like the whole Crystal's death, but we knew something bad would happen to her eventually because she was with Kanan. Additionally, you already know the time. It's sad because Crystal was actually helping him out, teaching him a lot of different things, but she still met her fate, and it was just crazy. One of my favourites from the season was your girl Jukebox. I really had no complaints about her character or her development. She probably pulled it off. Hailey Kilgore came into the season and dominated. She doesn't play around. This girl is very talented, and Jukebox did exactly what she needed to do. She caught her first body and saved her father's life. This girl was not playing. She was out there putting in work, trying to find out what happened to Famous. Jukebox really stepped up. She kept all the family secrets. She was loyal no matter what. To me, she was one of my favourites. Very smart, she gathers information and makes very strategic moves. We're going to find out in the next season if Jukebox was able to save her auntie. Naturally, we will learn more about her relationship with Marvin, her father. Jukebox will flip out if something happens to Marvin, and that will take her to a very dark and dangerous place for anyone who gets close to her. This is already known to us. That's what we're all waiting to see, for her to catch that first body and show us elements of the OG Jukebox from Power. It was great to see. Definitely one of my favourite moments of the season. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Raising Kanan. It's definitely my favourite spin-off of the entire first phase of the Power universe. As far as Book 2 and Force go, Raising Kanan is, to me, the best. From the story, the acting, the grittiness, it's raw and uncut. I love it. However, there are undoubtedly some points with which I disagree. Let's talk about your boy Marvin. Marvin is out here making the same mistakes he made earlier in the series. You'd think he would have learned from his past, especially messing with the Italians, but he didn't. Marvin is going back to doing all the stupid stuff he used to do, and it makes no sense. He paid a lot for it. It messed up his connection with Stefano, and of course he had to drop off Tyler and his cousin early. Like, come on. Why would Marvin do all this? I get that he wants to get his own money and make his own moves, but this isn't the Marvin we need to see. We need to see a more focused Marvin, a Marvin who has learned from his mistakes. That same motivation we saw when he was working through anger management and rehab, we need to see that same mentality in the drug game. But he continues to make these dumb mistakes. Now, in the next season, everything is going to come back on him. Once again, his life is going to be at serious risk because of the things he's done. Marvin definitely screwed up, and now we'll see if he's able to survive another season. From the looks of it, it's not looking too good. Still, Marvin has had this crazy luck. We'll see if that luck is about to run out. Let's now discuss your boy, Lulu. This season, he pretty much did what he needed to do. He stepped back into the music business, but it didn't play out the way he wanted. And of course, the streets kept calling his name, and the old Lulu returned. Not the drunken Lulu, the real Lulu. Now he's embracing this lifestyle. I just hope he continues to keep the same mentality and doesn't mess it all up. Based on the way this season ended for him, it seems like he's on a new level and ready to step up and help save his family. That's what I'm hoping to see next season. Let me know, what do y'all think about Lulu's character? He has definitely improved since the previous season, when that boy cried and was drunk every episode. This time around, we saw a different side. Additionally, Grandma Thomas's demise is known. I was glad we got to learn more about Rock, Lulu, and Marvin growing up, and their father. Additionally, she and Kanan's connection grew stronger for us. But we know she didn't make it, and Rock took on all that weight and helped her mum out and got rid of her. I told y'all, if I were one of those kids, I would have been like, hell no, Mum, you're going to have to do that yourself. How badly do you want her gone? Your hands ain't broke, you can do it. But I understand. I was glad she had that connection with Kanan and was able to have some type of closure with her daughter Rock. This season, we were introduced to your boy Ethan, Lamar Jackson's character. He's a hitman who works with the New Jersey crew. I want to know if we'll see his character again. And the biggest moment of the season, to me, was the introduction of your boy Breeze. He is finally here, played by Shameik Moore. Of course, some fans complained about his introduction, said it was corny or whatever, but I'm more concerned about what he's going to bring to the table and to the Power universe. Breeze is a major character, and I believe Shameik Moore is going to get the job done. Because we are aware that they are his uncle and auntie and that they are filthy, it will also serve as the beginning of the entire Snaps and Pops narrative. I just want to know how Breeze is going to feel when Snaps and Pops are dropped off, because we know eventually those packs are coming. They're on pre-order, you know what I'm saying? Snaps and Pops have got to go, plain and simple, and I cannot wait until that day when they're finally dropped off. Now, of course, one of the biggest moments of Season 4 was the major cliffhanger. What happened? Did Kanan shoot his mum? Will Rack survive if she did get shot? I mean, as I told you, when it comes to these parallels, I do not like the whole child shooting the parent angle. I didn't like it in the original Power, nor did I like it in any of the spin-offs. I simply cannot bear to see it. However, I understand that it is a component of the narrative, so it is what it is. I hope that Jukebox's call had a significant impact on what transpired between Rack and Kanan in the final moments. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see. There are a lot of different theories out there. Did she get shot? Did Kanan shoot someone else? Was Jukebox able to save her auntie? We'll see. Your girl Patina Miller did her thing once again. She dominated this season. She dominates every season. As far as her skills go, she does not play. Of course, your boy Mekhi Curtis did his thing as well. Raising Kanan's acting is top tier. They definitely get the job done. One of the other big parts of Season 4 was the whole thing with Stefano and Phil Russo. You already know that situation is going to blow up next season with the Italians, with Marvin. A large war is about to break out. As Unique said, it's about to get real smoky. Hell, it's about to get real bloody. After watching Season 4, like I told you, I felt it was more of a build-up for the next season. My favourite moments were Jukebox's development, you know what I'm saying, and her catching her first body. Naturally, Breeze's introduction at long last. Everything else that happened, it was cool, it was okay. The whole famous storyline, I guess. What about the crystal item? It was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm more worried about the next thing that will happen. What are the plans for Rack and Unique? This whole war, Unique is all pissed off because of what Rack did. The sad thing is, Rack never set him up. He's just butthurt. Those cheeks must be crazy, legendary, for him to still want to go to war after Kanan told him what really happened. Like, come on, dude. You slip in, and Unique will have more to worry about besides Rack because you'll know Snaps and Pops are going to be plotting and planning on him. They don't expect to be working with him long term anyway, so that's definitely going to create some issues for him next season. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, how did you all feel about Season 4? You know what I'm saying? Like I told you guys, yes, I had some issues with the season, but overall, I think it was solid. I'm just waiting for the final season because I felt like this one was just build-up for what's to come. I think it's going to be a crazy grand finale, and just because you like a show doesn't mean you can't critique it. I'm not here just to talk bad about Raising Kanan. I'm just going to talk about some of the things I thought could have been better, as well as some of the things I think they did really well. At the end of the day, you already know I'll continue to tune in because I want to see how this great story is going to end. I want to thank you guys once again for supporting your boy for another season of Raising Kanan. There is only one more season left for us. Season 5 is about to be crazy, and I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to try my best to go over some of these characters real soon, give you guys a more detailed prediction for some of the main characters in Season 5. So you'll leave your theories and predictions down below on your favourite characters, and I plan to talk about them real soon. Thank you once again for all the love, all the support, and I'll catch you all on the next one.